I have a situation here that I need to know the answer to. And I'm going to use this like several dozen times in this project that I'm making. And it seems like this should be pretty basic stuff because we see this sort of thing all over the internet. And I'm talking about this little select box here. This one is hard coded. So if I select from over here, everything is data bound between this form component and this list component here. Even this select box changes to, you can see the maintainer ID here. 1 is M1, maintainer 1, M2 is maintainer 2. But the caveat to this is I have that select hard-coded with these two options. And that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to pull those from the database. But, so let me just comment this out. And I want to come up here to where I really want my select. And I'm going to uncomment this. Now this is, I'm using what is referred to as input output. I guess this right here is a child component to this device type form. And I made this maintainer select component down here. Here's the template. It is actually getting the values from a database, and it actually works. You'll see that M1 and M2 are here. However, when I click on these, let's go to M1, M2, M1, M2, that is no longer working. In fact, if I just refresh this page and start from scratch, when I click this, every field is bound to a data binding except for this guy. Now I'm going to go back here to, this is the child component, and then this is the form. So I just drop that child component in here. There's the selector app maintainer select. But what I don't understand is, how do you get a child component like this to data bind like I did with, like I did when I hard coded it in here? It doesn't seem like that unusual of a scenario because it has to be everywhere. But when people do tutorials and when I look for how to do drop downs in Angular, they're not necessarily looking at pulling information out of the database. And there's, I would see a tutorial on how to do this, but not how to do the child component. I don't know if I have to show more code for someone to come up with it. It seems like this should be a very basic thing to do, but I have struggled with this for far too long. So I figured I would make a video and hope to get some guidance. Thanks in advance.